Hello, are you ready to read? This is a very late wrap-up, including 2 months, both February and March. Sorry I'm so late, but a lot has been going on, and there's been a lot to do in school, so I'm a bit behind. To start with February, I read 3 books. The first one being Pojken som kallades det, or A Boy Called It, by Dave Pelzer. This is a biography by Dave Pelzer, and it is about his childhood and him growing up with his family, who had a lot of problems. His mother was an alcoholic, and she decided one day to hate Dave. Dave had other brothers as well, but she treated them kind of well and just decided to make Dave's life living hell. It is a heartbreaking read, but I think it's quite important to know that these kinds of families exist and to save other children in the same position as Dave. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. This was also under 150 pages, which was my challenge for the month of February. The next book I read in February was Kapten Emos bibliotek by Per-Olof Enquist. This book does not have an English title because I do not think it is written in English as well, because it's a Swedish author. And it is very unique, as I told you in my TBR for February. It's about a family drama when 2 children has been swapped at birth. They found out about the mistake when the children are, I think they are 7 years old or something like that, and then they are supposed to switch back. And this is very traumatic for both of them, and for the narrator this is really a struggle. And that is what the book is about, but there's still something else to it. It's very confusing, it jumps back and forth in time, and it's kind of full of fantasy, and this narrator has a very special bond to animals and describes difficult things in life with metaphors often dedicated to animals and including animals. So it was a book I read for school, and now we are supposed to write a short story inspired by Per-Olof Enquist's way of writing, and that is very difficult, I may add, but it's kind of interesting, and I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. And the last book I read for February was also a book under 150 pages, which is called Grattis Gud by Alexander Skanse. I have not found this book in English, but directly translated it is called Congratulations God. I mentioned this in my TBR as well. I did not like it as much as I thought I would, because my mother told me that it would be quite funny, and it wasn't. It's very sarcastic and ironic. A boy is writing letters to different famous people to describe his life, and it is very harsh. He's both a racist, sexist, he hates everything, this character. I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars, even though now when I think about it I might just want to give it 1. So moving on to March, I read 4 books, starting with Hamlet. Hamlet is not a book, it is a play, but we read the script. In my Swedish class in school, I probably shouldn't tell you what it's about because it's very famous and many of you have probably heard of it. And the most famous part of Hamlet is the quote, "To be or not to be, that is the question." I kind of enjoyed it just because it is a classic and it's something you should read if you like books and literature. So I gave this book 2 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was Every Day by David Levithan. I don't have that book with me either. I don't know why, I just can't see it anywhere. I can't find it at the moment, so I'll just add a picture instead. But I do own it. I have it in my hands, just not right now. Very frustrating. This book I've heard a lot about. It is unique because the person it follows is a one. I don't know what it's called in English because I read the book in Swedish, and then it's called en, this person. The person does not have a sex. It is just a soul switching bodies every day. Every morning when this person wakes up, it's in a new body, but one day it's so difficult. I see it as a he, because he falls in love with a girl, and that's just the norm. So I'll go with that. He falls in love with a girl because he wakes up in this girl's boyfriend's body, and he can't stop thinking about her. So he starts living for her, and he wants to make this work. He wants to fall in love and be able to be with the person for the rest of his life, even though he knows that it probably won't work because he's never been in one body more than one day. So it is very cool to read, and you get to see a lot of different lives. But I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I didn't give it 5 out of 5 because I didn't really like the ending. The next book I read was Slutet på svartsjukan, or The End of Jealousy by Marcel Proust. This book I also read for school, and this book is very short. It's a short story, it's around 40 pages long, and it's about jealousy. And a man who is very jealous of his wife. He suspects that his wife has been cheating on him, and he can't let go of this thought and the jealousy that is eating him from in the inside. It's good for my studying, but it wasn't very good for my own enjoyment, so I only gave it 1 out of 5 stars. And the last book I read in March was Jag ger dig solen, or I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This is my favorite book at the moment. It has been my favorite book before, but then I was a bit younger when I read it the first time, and so I wanted to read it again to see if I still liked it as much as I did then. And I did. I almost think I like it better now, actually. This book is about a pair of twins, Noah and Jude, who are very different, but they're still very close to each other. And they are both artistic souls. They like to paint and to create stuff. One day tragedy strikes, and they just don't talk anymore. They're upset with each other, they are afraid of each other, and everything is just turned upside down. Oh, I get a shiver all through my body right now. It's so beautiful. It's so painful and tragic, but still beautiful and fantastic and inspiring all at once. And I really think that everyone should read this. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but this is my favorite book, so I want everyone to read it. And obviously I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. And this book was also the book for the challenge of March, when I was supposed to read a book written by a woman. And I did. Jandy Nelson wrote this book, and now I accomplished the 3rd month of 2017 book challenge a la Matilda. So that was all I read for February and March, and I'm so sorry I'm behind. I'm not going to do a TBR at the moment because I think the video would get far too long, so I'm just going to tell you what I'm currently reading, and that is Candide by François Voltaire. This is a classic. Yes, and a classic, you guessed it, is the challenge book for April. So if I just can get to finish this short little story, I will have accomplished month 4 of my book challenge. I am reading this for school, no surprise, but I kind of enjoy it. Yes, so I'm halfway through, kind of looking forward to finishing it because it's not that fun. Let's not exaggerate here. I hope the video is not too long, and I hope you're not mad at me because I'm very late with this wrap up. We'll see when I give you my next video, because that might take a while, you never know with me. But hope you enjoyed watching. Bye!